Who can tell me what an adjective is? So if I was to say, I like your blue top, what's the adjective in that sentence?
I like.
No, very good try though. I like that blue top. So the word blue is the adjective because it gives me more information about your top. It's not just a top, it's a blue top. So that's an adjective or a jumper.
Yeah.
You're right. So what we're going to look at is we're going to look at how we turn an adjective into an adverb. Now an adverb gives us even a little bit more information about something. Okay, so it tells us a bit more information about that verb we're able to use. We have slow as our base word. What will slow become?
Slower.
The rule is adding ly to make it note slowly. Slowly. Now this I can imagine we'll be able to put in a sentence.
That's going really slowly.
I was going.
I didn't even have to put my hand up.
Now, today's book is called Wonderful Ears. Let's concentrate. Okay, so now Wonderful Ears is an informational text. And I want you to look at the front cover and I want you to tell me what you think we're going to be reading about today.
On animals.
What the ears are on animals?
They can be in weird places.
Thank you. Definitely.
How big and small they are.
Might look at how big and small ears are. Good. What about you?
Now if I can hear.
Yeah, we might look at how you can hear. Definitely.
How cute they are.
They're cute. Oh, some of them are going to be very cute, aren't they? So, some good things that we're going to read about here with Wonderful Ears. So now I want you to turn to page 2. So on page 2, the chapter is called Where Are the Ears? Concentrate. What does the title suggest to you that we're going to read about? What are you expecting to read about?
Where the ears are on animals.
So, does that make you think maybe ears can be in different places?
Anywhere, like on its word, yeah.
Clapping? Okay.
N-O-K-A-T-I-O-N.
How many did you get? 5?
I wasn't clapping, I was just counting it.
Oh, good. Thank you for counting there. But you were
5.
still moving your hands together.
No.
So we got 5 syllables. What do syllables help us with when we're reading?
To see how to spell it? Yeah.
See, we use syllables to help us to spell a word, definitely. To break up a word to help us to read it as well. Okay. Syllables are,
or to write it down.
and to write it down, to listen to the sounds that you can hear in all of the syllables. Well done. What does echolocation actually mean?
It can just echo from a place.
Right, you think it's got 2 words in it, hasn't it? It's a compound word. Echo and location. So
A bat location.
you might hear an echo from another location. Why would a bat use echolocation?
You can't see.
Can't see.
You can't see, so it probably makes sounds away so quick and it bounces off the wall so it doesn't clash.
That's right. So the echo comes out, and then when they can sense where something is, they can sense where something is, a location. Very good. We're going to read a bit more about that in a minute. Now, read the turn to page 10. I want you to read the sentence under the chapter heading Different Years. Okay, read that to yourself. Who'd like to read that out for us?
And different creatures have ears, especially with something.
Sound it out. Adapted. Good boy.
Into their needs.
Okay. So this helps us set up what we're going to read about. It lets us know that we're going to talk about different ears and that different creatures have different ears that adapt to different situations. So it lets our brain know what the rest of the chapter is going to be about. It's really important to make sure we read those titles. Okay, turn to page 14. Read the chapter heading there to me. What's that?
2 ears.
2 ears. Good. Okay, and then read the caption under, and I'll read it to you. Look at all these heads. These animals have 2 ears. They might be big ears or little ears, but they are always 2 ears.
A grasshopper has ears, but they are not on its head. the ears are on its legs or on its body.
Oh. Did you know that? Oh. So what you saw me doing there was a lesson that I do with my intervention group that I actually take out of the classroom. I take them out 3 days a week and we work on some points that they need working on. I've been working with that particular group since prep and they're a really great bunch of kids, so they were excited to do that today for everyone. I wrote a book last year about teaching notes on the Sunshine Classics, and that's what we worked on today. I really wanted it to be a book that teachers could pick up straight away, so what I did today was I didn't go through the book with the kids and I just made sure that I hadn't pre-read it so that you could see how easy it was for me just to simply pick it up and then use it. So I've written it like it's a script, so teachers open it up and they can go through it. So I've set the goals, so we go through comprehension goals, vocab goals, fluency and writing goals. They're set there for you so you can understand what the lesson is actually aimed at, and they're all leveled text. So today we worked on wonderful ears. I'd like to start with a word study. There are words that are actually within the text. So they're words that when they get to them, they can recognise them. And often you'll hear kids say things like, oh, we worked on that word. Oh, I see that word, yep. And then they're really excited to see it, so they're familiar with it before they attempt to read. And then before we read, we walk through the text, and you would have seen me asking them to look for words, discuss meanings. We'll go through, we'll clap syllables, we'll look at headings, the importance of them, often look at illustrations, might ask them to read, listen to me read for my fluency, look at pictures, ask why somebody's face looks that way, do a lot of predicting about what they think they're going to read. So we'll walk through the text so when they do actually read, they're very familiar with it, and we're not setting them up to fail, we're setting them up to succeed. So that's what you saw today, and that's how every lesson that I teach with children is set up. So the lessons that I wrote are basically, you follow the script, it's all there, and it tells you what page to turn to, where the kids can go, so everybody's on the same page. When it's time to actually read, just before, we'll go over some fluency, and I'll say to them, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I'd like you to sound like. You can do that before or after, it depends on where we've put it in the lesson plan. Today's was actually after reading the text and going over. You would have noticed that their fluency still needs work. That's why some of the reasons why they're actually working with me is their fluency, they're breaking up words. We do a lot of deeper work with the children in the intervention group. Then after reading, we discuss the text. So I've got a series of questions there for you to go through. You can use your own. This is just really a base for you. You will need to go through it. You can have a quick read. I just wanted to make life easier for teachers so that they can just pick it up and start and not have to pre-read the book, not have to think about what they're going to do. Everything's there for you. The whole lesson's written down. It's connected to the writing. Then there's a writing task that you can go on with the children and asking them to do different things. Like today's, if we went on with the writing, it would have been research different animals and how they hear. So you can use your iPads, all of your technology, all of those things can come through, or other books in the classroom, or further develop an animal that they enjoyed from Wonderful Ears. And then there's, of course, the homeschool link that is written there where the children can take this. They don't need to take home the hard copy that can stay at school, but you can put into their library onto the iPad app the book, and they can go home and access that from home and read Wonderful Ears at home. Their parents can be a part of that. And then there's a whole series of activities that they can do. So it's really important that the children are following up at home with the exact same book that they've read in the classroom that day. And that really further develops their reading skills. And then the next day when you come back in, it's also really important that you go over that text again before you start the next text and ask some questions so you can see if they've actually retained the information, if how their reading has improved, because if they've practiced it at home that night, going through with you, they're reading a familiar text, and that familiar text the words become familiar to them. Then they will go over the words and read the text, and you will also notice that their fluency, and you'll be able to really congratulate them for all of the improvements just in one night. So that's what I'm hoping for. I hope that you enjoy the teaching notes and that you get a lot from them.